Want to promote your show but don't know where to start? Here are 13 ways that you can promote your content. Create clips optimized for different social media channels. Don't feel the need to cut full clips with a beginning, middle, and end. You want to hook your audience into watching or listening to your episode. You can do this by making the clips more ambiguous or ending on a cliffhanger so that the audience is compelled to listen to the full content. Optimize these clips for various social media channels and try to post 3 to 5 times a week on channels like TikTok, Instagram Reels, and YouTube Shorts. These are the platforms that have the most reach and increase your chances of going viral. Make sure to include subtitles for more engagement and include a link to where the viewer can watch the video in the caption. For an easy way to create clips of your video podcast, record on Riverside and check out our clips feature. If you aren't recording on Riverside, then another great clip creation platform is headliner.app. You want to reach your guest's audience, but you have to make this easy for your guest. Send them an email the day their episode goes live with branded content that they can share out to promote the episode. Some ideas are images with quotes. Canva.com is a great way to design these. You can also do Reel and TikTok optimized clips, pre-written captions and tweets, and images with a podcast logo on it. Create a YouTube channel with both full-length episode and clips of exceptionally valuable content. Make a separate playlist for both kinds of content. These clips are different than your clips for Reels, TikTok, and Shorts. These can be longer, should have a beginning, middle, and end, and be full of valuable content for the viewer. In each of the clip descriptions, link back to the full-length episode both on YouTube and on the various streaming platforms. YouTube descriptions are also a great place to use SEO tactics. Find podcasts with a similar niche to yours. The website Audrey is great for this. Reach out to those creators and talk about doing an ad swap. This is when you record an ad about your podcast that they play on their show, and in return, you'll play an ad that they've recorded for their podcast on your show. This allows you to reach an audience that you already know is invested in the kind of content that you're creating. Here's a simple ad template to get you started. Start with a thought-provoking statement to get listeners curious. Introduce yourself as the host. Sum up your show in 1 to 2 sentences. Let listeners know when to listen to new episodes, and then make sure to include a CTA of how and where to listen. Try to get a guest spot on these podcasts as well. Offer these creators a chance to come on your podcast in exchange for you going on their podcast. This will show their audience your personality so that they know what to expect from your show. Don't forget to plug your show and your socials at the end of the episode so their listeners know where to find you. Run a giveaway in exchange for people's email addresses using your social media sites. Use this email list to send out updates like new episode drops, new merch drops, upcoming events, and anything else that you want your listeners to know. Mention brands or people with a large following during your podcast. Cut these mentions into clips and share them on your social media, tagging the brand or the person. You can also email them afterwards, asking them to share the clip on their social media sites. This can also help you get on their radar for when you're looking for brands to work with. Post reviews and testimonials to both your Instagram feed and your Instagram stories. This will give potential listeners an insight into what others are saying about your show. Shout out the reviewer. This will make them feel more seen and connected to you, and perhaps incentivize others to leave a review as well. Creating a website is easier than ever with all of the template options out there. Try using Squarespace to create a website for your show. On your website, make sure to include a homepage, an About the Show page with a podcast description, an episode directory that directs to an individual page for each episode, links to your socials, and links to listen on the various podcast directories. Make sure you maximize the site's search engine optimization. You can hire somebody to do this for you using a website like Fiverr. If you want an example of a basic podcast website that was built using Squarespace templates, then you can check out the website for my podcast, talking20.com, which we have linked in the description. Search platforms like Facebook, Quora, and Reddit for discussions relating to your podcast or episode topic. Post a link to your podcast or your episode wherever you believe it adds value. However, you have to be very mindful with this tactic. If you start off by just promoting your show, it will be obvious marketing. Try to become part of this community by posting questions yourself and answering other people's questions. Then, when the right opportunity comes along, you can promote your show. Get media exposure with Harrow. Help a Reporter Out is a service that connects journalists with sources. By enrolling in the platform as a source, journalists will reach out to you when they have questions or need comments for TV, articles, and radio. In exchange, they'll quote you and link back to your website. Record a tagline with your guest. Just like you hear on radio stations, have your guests say something like, "I'm Guy Raz. Tune in to Hit Publish on September 19th to hear all about how I successfully promote my show." This is a great way to promote an upcoming episode without fully giving away the content. Apply to be considered for Apple's new and Noteworthy section. We've linked the submission form in the description. When doing all of these tactics, it's important to remember that the most effective way to promote your show is by creating relatable content that provides value. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press that bell icon so you'll be notified every time we post a new video.